Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that debaters are not ordinary people. We have high grit, we have intelligence, we are logical, and we are critical thinking. So, two rebuttals towards side opposition. First of all, they try to tell you that they will be uncomfortable and they're going to be playing for other people instead of themselves. We have 4 responses towards this. Firstly, debaters are used to perform in public. One of the criteria, if you want to do debate, is that you are confident in public speaking. So the moment you're able to be standing like this, you're standing in grand finals, semi-finals, it means that you're already standing in front of lots of audiences, and a small camera in front of us will not change any of our confidence. Secondly, their intention of being the best and want to win the trophy is the nature of every debaters. We debaters are very competitive and we want the best of ourselves, so we will still be playing for ourselves. And I'm very sure that we all do not want to risk losing a trophy just because we are afraid of a camera. Third of all, we fight for ourselves, not for others, because you join NUDC and NSDC like here because we want to be the best speakers and we want to proceed to the nationals, and we are going to play for ourselves because we are debaters, right? Fourth of all, they say that they're going to be afraid of people's judgment. We say no, we debaters are very logical and critical, which means the audiences of that videos are also going to be people who are very rational and logical itself, which means the comments that exist inside the comments of the videos itself are very educational purposes, because we are giving feedback towards the debaters. Even if it is a bad comment, we debaters have very high grades, because sometimes in competition, we meet adjudicators who are very rough in talking to us, like saying, you are dumb, you are bad, but instead we are still here and surviving and joining a debate competition itself. We have very high grade. Coming to my second rebuttal, he says that performance of every adjudicators are subjective. Yes, we agree onto this, and my Prime Minister has already stated about this. Yes, we agree how subjective they are, and they have different styles and etc. But debate is also a democracy. Every time we do AP, there is the name that there is voting, and the majority always wins, right? Which means in the discussion itself, there will always be a majority, and we are going to follow the discussion of this majority. So if the majority says that this debate is unfair, this debate is bad, which means that we can also support the transparency of that discussion itself, because if the majority thinks that it is unfair, then that debate is unfair, because debate is also a democracy. Coming to one of my clarification, why in the end of the day, debaters are also going to consent into having their videos recorded. There are 3 reasons on this. Firstly, debaters are more logical and more rational, which means that we are an open-minded community, and if government is already trying their best to explain why we decide to make a recording even though you do not consent, they're going to understand why, because they are logical and rational. They are not full of anger like ordinary people, which means that we're going to accept it in the end of the day. Secondly, we say that the nature of debaters is that they are very helpful and they want to help the other newbies, such as in our school, every time there is a new year, we try to help our newbies because we are debaters who want to help new people, which means that they're also going to accept that. Third of all, once they already see how their videos are going to be able to help newbies into learning debating, we say they're already going to receive respect and appreciation. We say that this is enough compensation coming from the debaters in order to make them satisfied, even if their right is taken away. Coming to my 2 arguments, firstly, I'm going to compare the actors in our cases, and secondly, why it can also support transparency and also the feedback process in a competition. To my first rebuttals about the debaters and students who want to learn about debating. 3 things about this. Firstly, we say that national tournament videos will be accessible itself. It will be very important because a lot of debaters have national debaters as their role model, and we say that this is a very important thing, especially if we want to learn from powerhouses such as UI, ITB, and UGM. They are very important to learn about, and if one of them even doesn't want to show their video, we say that it will be a very significant loss towards the debating community. Second thing, why is it important for them to be accessible? Because NUDC and NSDC are the very high-branded competition that exists in Indonesia, and this is the dream of every debater. So we say that these videos are exclusive rather than the other competitions. Third of all, when the video is complete and accessible, we're actually encouraging more people to watch videos itself. Because when newbies want to watch videos, the only competition they know about is NUDC and NSDC. So when they search for these YouTube videos, they will not know other competitions for like open competitions in other countries, which is why if there is not complete videos about NUDC and NSDC, it will be very hard for them to find another video, and we discourage them from learning debate. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, because we allow for more accessible videos itself, which means that we are also trying an effort to decrease the gap between Japanese debaters and other debaters all across Indonesia, right? Which means that we are also supporting the proliferation of debate community. Lastly, many debaters' dream is also joining WSDC and WUDC. So the videos of NSDC and NUDC are the most important videos that you have to find inside the internet, because it shows you the direct example of the practicalities that happen inside the World Championship itself. And another actor that I will discuss about is about the coaches and the teachers. First of all, they're going to get more viewing materials, so they're able to analyze each state's strengths and weaknesses, right? This means that the coaches and teachers are able to strategize and make tactics based on the videos that they already watched, because every local state have different styles and different structures, which means that it is also allowing for more improvement on our local style itself, because we can learn from Jakarta debaters or etc. Second thing about our coaches, because coaches are usually able to learn a lot from these videos, so in order to teach our students better, they usually need to watch a lot of materials, especially from NUDC and NSDC. The real life example is our coach, Bang Holmes. He likes to watch the NUDC Grand Final. I think he watched it like 5 times, so that he can learn the structure from Bengkalis from UI, and he taught the structure from the Japanese debaters to us. This is why it is so important for our coaches to be able to watch NUDC videos in order to be able to also decrease the gap of Sumatra debaters like us. The second argument that I'm going to bring is about the transparency and the feedback process that exists in competitions. First of all, by videos, debaters can analyze the quality of the competition, and this is also a form of critical thinking. Debaters need to speak up about the unfairness and also the quality of the competition, and it is a freedom of speech that every debater should be allowed to have. This discussion will exist and eventually reach a result where we can know if the NUDC or NSDC is being held well. Secondly, from the result of the discussion, then there can be a feedback process from the debaters to the competition or the adjudicators itself. Maybe the adjudicators made wrong decision, hence making it unfair, right? We cannot change the result of the competition, but at least the adjudicators will know what kind of improvement that they need to make next year, such as RDF. Maybe we can also give you feedback from this recording and what you need to do next year. This is the importance of having evidence itself. Thirdly, we want to prevent rigged competitions with predetermined winners. We say testimonies in their side of the case will not work because videos also used for evidence. But in their case, there will no more be real evidence, and we cannot reach the government officials if there is no real practical thing that we can show to them. Because I am a debater and I'm very proud to stand in this grand finals.